Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
Good morning, everybody. Sunday morning, Cappers Nation live, running a few minutes late. But we are here nonetheless, ready to rock and roll. Prantia in the house, leading our bracket challenge. Yeah, the Periscope and Twitter notification works every single time. The YouTube, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Wants to work half the time. See who's in the house here. Good old Michael here first. How are you, Mike? Nathan, Baba Booey, Anthony, Who Dat Bob, Edward, Princess Chachu in the house. Tom. Shannon in the house. Prantia, leading our bracket challenge. Andre, appreciate that. Recommend everybody hit the thumbs up button when you enter. 4 haters here already hating the show. Bookie Bird. Well, we don't do it by 3 days, but we take care of you till you make some money. But all you had to do was just remind me, just like that. And you're all set to go, bud. You're all set to go. Where'd my live chat go? Who Dat Bob, Blair Brown, good morning, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Brian. Toby, you bet the fight. You didn't. Yeah, some places had it listed, that free play we gave out on the UFC fight, that it wouldn't go the distance or under 4.5 rounds. Same thing, just worded differently. Other than under 4.5, that extra half a round, that last 4th round, or 5th round, but didn't matter anyways. Bookie Bird in the house. Baba Booey, Christopher Bayer, Rios, Daniel, Cherry Bryant. Princess Chachu took a hit on UFC because you didn't bet the parlays. Andre, he sure did. That was a hell of a punch. He was out cold for a while too. Let me check something here. One second, guys. One second. So, even if you guys don't bet the parlay, you bet every single fight, not leans, just the fights that we gave out, just the official 7 fight picks. Good morning, Jose. It was actually a pleasure meeting you yesterday down at Mandalay Bay. I'll post our picture, or you could tag me in it, either or. We both can do it. It was a lot of fun. When you come back, we'll have to meet up again. Hey, thank you, Blair, for pointing that out. I was actually just doing that real quick based on just little math. If you bet $100 to risk 100 on the favorites, and sorry, not a risk 100. If you bet to win 100 on the favorites and risked 100 on the dogs, this is how you would have ended up. We went 4-3. You would have lost on a minus 150, so you would have lost 150. You would have lost on a minus 145, so you would have lost 145 there, and you would have lost 100 on the plus 235 dog of Jesus Pinedo. So you would have had a losses of 395 from the 3 losses. And then the winners, you would have picked up 100 betting Vera, minus 160. You would have picked up 100 profit there. You would have picked up 115 on Jordan Espinoza because he was plus money. You would have picked up 100 betting the under 4.5 rounds or the fight won't go the distance on the Pettis fight. And then you would have picked up, roughly at least $290 risking 100 on Pettis at plus 290. And I know the numbers were all over the board, but when I bet him at Mandalay Bay, right before that second to last fight went off, he went from a plus 260 to a plus 310. So depending on where you bet it at, that's a difference of $605 winning minus 395. If you were betting just $100, risking or to win 100 on each favorite and risking 100 on all the dogs, you had a profit of $205, not including the parlay. You wouldn't have made a ton, but you would have made a little bit. So I know some of you guys signed up late and you missed the first fight, which was a favorite. So you would take out 100 there, and you should still be profitable. Even if you missed that first fight of ours and you went 3-3 and you didn't hit a parlay because of the plus 290 and the plus 115, you made money. You were profitable. And it doesn't matter what you bet, 50, 100. If you bet it consistently, Prantia, thank you. Yeah, for a $30 investment, if you just bet $100 on every fight, not including the parlays, you made $205. Now, if you were betting 500, you made over 1,000. I know I did. I didn't bet it. I don't bet UFC big. I bet it down at Mandalay Bay. A couple of the clients were down there. Went up there and watched me bet it. Sorry, I was looking at something. I bet 500 on every fight. I bet them all at once, with the exception of the first one. I still made money, and I didn't bet the first fight because I was actually live with you guys and completely forgot about it. I was actually trying to bet that one online on the mobile app. As far as, you can bet, you bet whatever you want on the parlays, but you make it relevant to, what your straight bets are. You never do a parlay for the same amount as your straight bet. If you win one and lose the other, you lost money. Or you go 2-1 and you lose money that way. You always make sure your straight bets are much larger than your parlays. If you want to be successful. So he had 3 parlays up there. we hit one of them. Definitely covers the other two and puts a little more money in your pocket. So you bet one, you're profitable. Obviously, you bet less on the 3-fight parlay than you do the 2-fight parlays. So parlays were profitable. Fights were profitable. But thank you, Mr. Brown, for pointing all that out as well. It's great to hear that from a client's perspective as well. And I know you're on our UFC monthly pass. Swollen this morning to open up a link. Mr. Brown, that's absolutely awesome. You were that comfortable and confident in Kentucky. You put it with every parlay, so that's awesome. Well, Edward, I know where you got Vera from. And I know, and just knowing you and talking to you, I knew you would have took Pettis anyways. Based on how you like to bet. I'll box you. Good morning. What's going on, sir? Nathan, there's not per se a percentage. You got to go with what what you're feeling. I'll be honest, I know when Dave gets in here, I did a fun parlay. I wish I wouldn't have ripped it up and threw it away. I wish I would have brought it in. But there was a $100 parlay. If you parlayed our last 4 fighters together, which 3 of them were dogs. I mean, we took dogs yesterday. 2 of the 3 fights we lost were big dogs, over plus 200s. But $100 paid $5,800 if we would have hit the last 4 fights. You're very welcome for the Michigan State. We finally cleaned up on free plays. Unfortunately, the other stuff, with the exception of Guaranteed Saturday, wasn't panning out. But it's Sunday. I said yesterday that we were going to have something special planned for Sunday. Hold on one second, guys. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay. All right, I am back. So free plays yesterday were good. Free plays yesterday were good. 3-1 overall on our free plays. Reading the comments. Hey, Tom, you know, there's a lot of people that are just taking a big hit. Edward, Kyle, and Tom got you off Auburn. Oh, talk about Auburn last night. And Tom, you know, the last month could be definitely messing with people's heads, that's for sure. The last couple weeks have been frustrating. Blair says, Nathan, I did 50 on each fight and then $5 on each parlay. Like I said, I put Kentucky in with every fight pick. Need to bet the parlays as a bonus. I learned last week by betting too much on a parlay. That's great advice there, Blair. I mean, that's to the T. Exactly how you're supposed to do it. No, Kansas never even showed up. Kansas definitely didn't show up. Free plays yesterday. We had the Miami Heat +2. Winner. What else did we give you guys? Michigan State as a premium play. Winner. We did give you the Chicago Blackhawks. That one sucked. And then the UFC fight pick. The Pettis fight under 4.5 for not going the distance. Sam, good morning. So that was an awesome free play for everybody, free pick for everybody, free UFC fight pick. And believe it or not, that wasn't even from me. That was straight from our UFC guy. I never saw his text message. When you guys were asking for a free UFC pick, I had already looked. I went to go text him. I texted him, and he replied, "Look at your phone from earlier." And I guess I missed his text message, but he said, "Here, give this away free on your show in the afternoon." He had already texted it to me, but I never saw it. So, but his hope is that, you know, everybody that bet his free fight pick will buy one of his packages the next week, because he's going to win again. Last 6 UFC fight cards, he's now 5-1 in the last 6. Profitable, making money. My regional future wagers are taking a hit. They're down to 4 now. Down to 4, and then after Iowa and Tennessee, it'll be down to 3, because I do have Iowa and Tennessee. No offense to Tennessee, but Iowa pays a hell of a lot more at 30-1 versus 2-1 for Tennessee. So hopefully the rest of those play out. We've got Oregon later. But, you know, I just because I have as a future wager doesn't mean that that's who I'm betting on today. Make note of that one, guys. Michael says, ready to sweat out another W. Absolutely. Oh, we winning today. Did you say there was a guaranteed Sunday? Well, folks, I guess we can call it that. I knew that the game that the company wanted to use for guaranteed Saturday wasn't on Saturday. William, how are you, sir? So obviously they couldn't make it our every week guaranteed Saturday because it's on Sunday. Quite a few of you messaged me yesterday asking me if there'd be anything extra really, really big for Sunday. And I said, just our normal stuff. It wasn't that I was lying to you guys. I didn't know what they were cooking. I wasn't in the office with the exception of filming. As soon as I got done filming both shows yesterday, I split and I was back to the casinos, meeting up with clients and client relations and shaking hands and meeting some of our viewers and all that were staying at some of the casinos around town. Wherever Jake is, I still haven't met him. And I was at Mandalay Bay to the wee hours of the night, or early morning, however you want to call it. But I didn't know that until we got done with the second live show. When I came in, I heard them talking about it. They wanted to know what I thought of it, and we already knew what the game was because we were working on it. So here it is. Sunday's guaranteed game. It's exactly like our guaranteed Saturday. Same rules apply. Guaranteed to win or you get a full refund, no questions asked. However, I did talk them down on the price. They wanted to do it for another $150. I mean, you just won yesterday. You know, they wanted people wanted another one. We got one. Curtis, good morning, sir. But I did get them to drop it $50, so it's the same price as my game of the week, $100. I will tell you this: it's college ball. You need to be signed up by 8:40 Eastern time. It's one of those last 3 evening games. I'm not telling you which one. And you guys can try and guess, and I'm sure some of you will. Or you'll play the round of you have this play, you have that play, you have this play, so it must be this play. But it's probably not. It's probably not what anybody's thinking today. It's a sloppy bill. $100, guaranteed to win or you get a full refund. No questions asked. There you have it. Also, don't forget, if you're not on board for our March Madness or our premium plays or my personal plays, you can pick up a one-day pass during March Madness right now. You can get today's premium plays. There's 3 of them. You can get my personal plays. There's 3 of them. I haven't thrown an NBA in my personal plays in quite a while. We've got NBA today. All right? Or there's 3 March Madness package plays that you can get on board for the low price of $49.99. You pick whichever package you want. You can buy all 3 of them if you want. Although that would be a lot of plays that you'd be getting. But they're going to put money in your pocket. I know the plays have not been the best as of late. We had a little sign of promise early yesterday, and then they slowly went downhill. We did nail our big guaranteed game on Kentucky laying 5. We pulled out the sharp bet on LSU on the money line. But what I will tell you today, guys, today's going to be a good day. Today will not only be a good day, but it will be a winning day. Michael, $100 guaranteed Sunday. Let's go. Absolutely. I see that you just purchased it, Michael. The order just came in. Tom, is it hitting 65% or better already? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Long way to go, but nope, we're not over the 65% mark. It's coming, Raymond. Big winning day is coming for everybody. There's nobody more that needs it more than all of us here in the live chat. That's for sure. That is for sure. We know that, you know. Thank you, William, for that text message. I do appreciate that, bud. Michael started at 1K. Football season followed Kyle's guaranteed Saturday all the way to the playoffs, up 16,000, and my dumbass put 15K on my beloved Bears, double doinked my entire bankroll. Yikes. I do remember that, though. I do remember. I remember that game exactly. Mr. Butler, how are you, sir? I didn't see you pop in. I missed you. Good morning. Send me a text message, Mike. We need to chit-chat afterwards. Well, if you guys remember, we were going to have Mike on. Mike says if the Bears win, he was going to come on the show on Sunday and he was going to host the show. He was going to be our guest host. And then obviously the Bears lost and he wasn't up to the mood after that Bears disaster. I do remember it. I was all ready. And the Bears shit the bed on us. But it's okay. We're gonna bounce them back. Just like everybody, and it all starts today. Our big guaranteed game, guys. Where'd my live chat go? There we go. You know, there's a lot of shady referees going on. Hold on one second. Cappers Direct. Hey, buddy, how are you? Yes, sir. It's here. Because I'm live right now. So let me tell you how to do it. It's super easy. You need to turn your phone sideways, and then look right next to your username. There's a small little box that has 4 windows in it. That's the key to all your problems. Click that little box that has 4 windows in it. It takes you to your it takes you to your member's dashboard, and it allows you to click on package to package. It will always take you to your newest package. That's why you have to click that little box, and you won't see that box if you don't turn your phone sideways. You always got to turn your phone sideways. Yep, no problem. Thank you. No problem. Yep, good luck today. Bye-bye. All right, we are back. Sorry about that, folks. My cell has been going off nonstop since 4 o'clock this morning. Luckily, I shut it, or I put it on silent this time. One second, folks. Mr. Markham, how are you, sir? Long time no chat. Actually, I just posted the link to it, the Guaranteed Sunday. You could either get it on the Premium Play tab or the Guaranteed Saturday Play tab. Jack Parker, tell them to click the S beneath the name. Absolutely. So there's the link, Mr. Markham and everybody else, that takes you directly to Good morning, Karen. How are you? Nice to have you join us. It's been a little while. And the deal with the big Sunday play, guys, you got to make sure that you're signed up before 8:40 Eastern time. All right? Before 8:40 Eastern time, and you'll be good to go. So, games are thinning out. Teams are dropping like flies. Teams are advancing. But more importantly, we need to advance our bankrolls. We need to enhance our bankrolls. We need to build them. And we can't do that with poor bankroll management. There's something to be said, guys, about being able to survive this during a bad run. You have to. If you can't survive a bad run, I promise you, you will never be successful. You need to have proper bankroll management. And when I say that is first of all, I see a lot of you guys, and everybody has different financial situations, and I get that, and I completely understand that, and that will kind of change the way people bet on a game based on your bankroll management, because there is no full-on 100% correct way to manage a bankroll. The way I manage mine is probably not how others manage theirs. Vice versa. And it all depends on everybody's financial situation, But I know you have to be able to withstand a losing period of an extended period of time, that you need to be able to withstand it. You need to be able to survive it. It's no different than when you go to the blackjack table, guys, and you're just on a very cold streak. Eventually, those cards will turn in your favor. They always do. It's just a matter of you have enough money in your bankroll or your kitty to get you there until where it does turn, and then being able to bet properly to take advantage of it. So, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of it is just years and years and years of experience and knowledge, and little background in finances to be able to properly, manage your bankroll. I'd love to be able to help you guys and make that a little easier for you. And I see a lot of you guys, and the reason why I talk about this is I see a lot of people sweating over a free play. I mean, not just the normal sweat because we're sweating because, we've got a game. People are sweating because they're risking too much on a small free play. Now, we have different rated plays here at Cappers Direct. We have our consensus plays. We have our NHL package. We have my personal plays, our premium plays, our guaranteed plays. So let's go over those plays. And how I bet shouldn't be anybody's, it's not my recommendation to you guys. Just how I bet and what works for me. Shane Russell, how did the UFC go? UFC was another winning day. Another winning day on the UFC. Plus 300 dog. So consensus plays. Those are our smallest plays that we offer. Hey, Edward. Or are you talking to another Kyle? The one, guaranteed Sunday, Oregon -6. Nope. Sorry, the one. Guaranteed Sunday is not Oregon -6. And I've never even seen Oregon -6. Last time I checked, because I was just at the casino, they were still -5. Actually, I think they were 4.5 at one spot. Now they just moved it to 5. It was 4.5 when I left. If you're getting it at 6, you should find yourself a new bookie. But thanks for stopping by the one and trying to spread false information. Sheridan Seth. Thank you, Edward, for pointing that out to me. Tom, that's a good question. It all just depends on the person, the individual, but obviously the more bets you have, the harder it is to make money. But back to our games. Karen, yeah, somebody turned into a giant pile of shit when we wouldn't give them a job. But that was his passive-aggressive tweets about us in our chat, in our group here. I'm sure he's watching. Michael, what do you feel about that? All boxer, why that's wrong after I say hammer it, pound it, make yourself some easy money? Am I not allowed to have a slogan? Am I not allowed to have a slogan? I say that for whatever free play we give out. It's just a catchphrase. Thank you, Nathan. It's kind of like my good luck, God bless, bet within your means. I say that all the time. Bet within your means and don't do anything stupid. No different than hammer it, pound it, make yourself some easy money. So here's what I got to say to Russ. That's for you for being a little bitch and blocking me on Twitter. Because you can't take the truth being called out. Brian Taco is huge. I seen a picture of him today. CBS Sports posted of him kneeling on the ground with his arms up, and his head was as tall as the other players that were like 6 foot something, and he was on his knees. No joke. It was unbelievable. So back to our plays. We have our consensus plays. Those are our smallest games. Okay. Then we have our NHL package. Our NHL package is not the biggest plays that we have. Yeah, let me tell you a quick story. Thank you, Mike, for pointing that out. I actually used to give this guy every one of our guaranteed Saturday plays because he helped out in the live chat, and he did all that stuff. And he was good, promoting us. And then one time, he texted the wrong person. He texted me. No, he never gave me the play yet, but I know it's an evening game. But I'll text it to you as soon as he sends it to me. And we confirmed it from people. Mr. Butler helped me. But he was taking our guaranteed Saturday plays and peddling them on the side. I still didn't do anything. Just asked him if I'd appreciate it if he'd stop. But it continued. Thank you, Mike. This is the Facts Show. And I wish him well. I wish him and his business partner well. I mean, his business partner was, just bought our Super Bowl prop bet package. So I wish them well. Princess Chachu, he was a mole. We do know something else. And it's right along with what you said. But let's not talk about him. Let's get back to the games. We don't need to give anybody any undue publicity, I mean, try to even exactly hammer it, pound it, make yourself some easy money. Hammer it, pound it, David, yes, send me a message. We have something that was supposed to start next week, but we could do it today as well. It's going to be something fun. Dem boys, holy heck, it's been a little while. Thanks for tuning in. Mr. Butler says Kyle can't be good to everybody. But we're so nice to everybody too. I mean, but you are right, Mike. We did take care of him, and he, some people like to steal. Lewis, they're not out yet, bud. They'll be out later, but they're not out just yet. The question, how do I get, I think it's Elijah. I'm horrible at pronouncing names. Do me a favor. Send me a message. If you have my cell phone number, you can call me there. You can call me at the office or email me, Kyle@cappersdirect.com. And then as soon as I get off live, I'll tell you about it. Our first March Madness tournament package game doesn't start until 2:15 Pacific time. Thank you, Dem boys. I appreciate that. What Mike just said. We're still the Fact Show. We'll always speak the truth. And he loves to chat. We all help each other. And he says he's blessed for that. That's what I want this chat to be about, is enhancing your guys' knowledge. If you guys want to buy our packages, great. If you don't, there's no hard feelings. It doesn't bother me if you guys don't. If you guys are just here for the camaraderie and the chit-chat back and forth, and, for the free plays that we put out or somebody else passes around, great. That's absolutely awesome. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Kong, good morning, buddy. Thank you. Yes, definitely good luck to you and everybody else. But that's what we want to do, is build up our community and enhance the knowledge of everybody. Mark Blevins, I bet very little, but love the show. And you know what? This show is exactly for you, and from guys that are betting from nothing, that are just learning or just tuning in for whatever reason, all the way to the people that are betting, 10, 20, 30,000. You'd be surprised who's betting what in this live chat, who's called, who's told me. There's a gentleman in our live chat. I'm not going to name his names because he doesn't post, but I did meet him last night, and it was actually an impromptu meeting. He came up to me, introduced himself, and he's a very, very large bettor. His average bet is bigger than my average bet. He's never paid us for a play, but he tunes into every show, and he says that he would, which is great. Kong, I believe we're going to have a great day. Yeah, Karen, he's made some big bets. Betting on the NHL. Chris will take the lows like you take the highs. Tomorrow's another day. Absolutely. Thank you, Who Dat Bob. I'm glad to hear that. But, back to the different style of plays, okay? We have our consensus plays. Then we have our NHL plays. A lot of you guys think because our NHL, it really was red hot. I mean, smoking hot. And it really was. And, I mean, it was kicking ass, taking names. Brian Watson can confirm. Everybody else that's on our NHL package can confirm. We were up huge. I mean, we're hitting plus 240 dogs, plus 260 dogs, plus 220 dogs. Things tightened up. We went on a losing streak. We made so much money on it, it cooled off. Then we had a great day on it, and then it cooled off the last couple of days. When you win so much, you're going to have those lows. You have to be able to plan accordingly. Once you get paid from your book, you can't just go spend all that money on some new, diamonds and gold or, whatever it is that you fancy to go buy. You got to be able to save for that rainy day. But you guys also have to remember, our NHL is not our biggest games that we offer. And just because you guys heard that we were killing it, you guys thought that you guys should go put your mortgage on our NHL plays. I say in every single video, put your money on the best games for your bankroll. Never once have I ever said put your money on the best games for our bankroll, the NHL package. It's kind of like that catchphrase slogan that people want to hammer me on. Hammer it, pound it. Put your money on the best games possible for your bankroll. Those are our premium plays. Then my personal plays. Now, I've been ice cold on my personal plays. I admit it. It happens. But if you guys remember, we were also red hot on them too. So you take the good, you take the bad, and at the end, the good should outweigh the bad, which in our case it does. Our premium plays were red hot. We went 9 days or 10 days. We had one losing day of going 1-2 out of 9 or 10 days straight. I think we're afforded a couple days worth of losses. Now it sucks if you go 0-2 or 0-3 because those are big losing days versus a 1-2. I don't mind that, or a 1-1 splitting out, or a 1-1-1. You're losing just a little bit of juice. But you guys have to remember, bankroll management. You shouldn't be going all in on our hockey play or our smallest consensus plays. We gave you guys 4 plays yesterday for free. We went 3-1. We lost an NHL game, but we won a premium play, we won a consensus play, and we won a UFC fight pick. It's not that. Edward. I mean, I do know I do a lot. Um, Tom, you should never go all in. Should never go all in. As Mike said, it's called gambling. I will tell you this: there's a reason why, and this is more for pro sports than it is college. There's a reason why those kids made it to the NBA or Major League Baseball or the NFL or the NHL. It doesn't matter what team you are, you can win on any given day. More so in professional sports than college sports. So, as Princess Chachu just said, don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Because if you go all in, you're probably going to lose. People do it all the time. I've done it in the past. I've bet more than I've wanted to on games. So, just bet smart, guys. Bet smart. Find what your bankroll management it is, what style works for you, and run with it. But going all in or, firing big to the point where you're scared shitless because of an NHL play losing, you're probably, doing it wrong. Elijah, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I apologize. Says, I love this group and you guys interact with us. I just got into this and enjoy the show. Thank you. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And that way you get notified when we go live. I'll try and go live a little bit later today. Can't promise it. But definitely going to try. Yeah, Brian, I said earlier, I seen a picture of Taco. He was on it this morning. They posted. He was on his knees, and literally his head was as tall as the other players on his knees. It was rather insane. It was funny. So yesterday I'm sitting at Mandalay Bay, and I was just chatting with D-Mall Dave, and I went and made an extra parlay last night on the UFC. I told a few people it, and I parlayed. It was $100. I put it on the last 4 fights. I mean, it didn't win, but I mean there was a plus. A plus, what was it? Plus 220, plus 260, plus 290, and then a minus 150. And was $100 pays 58.50 or 58.80, something ridiculous. So that was a fun bet. Unfortunately, we lost it on the first fight. But I was sitting there waiting. And I was playing, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I put a 20 in the video poker waiting. Well, and it dealt me 4 to the Royal. And I said, you think I'm going to get it? Of course I didn't. It gave me a flush. And he goes, sitting at the poker machine after winning $33,000. Haha, gambling is a way of life when you're the GOAT. Matthew, I was very surprised he had Willis in that one parlay. I get it. Would have been nice money, but Blades was winning that fight before it started. He actually was towards. I mean, I watched it on my phone because I was in the VIP area at Mandalay, and they weren't playing the fight, so I had it on my phone while watching basketball. B. Fulton Kyle, what's the most you lost on a ticket? 100K. I showed it a couple months ago too. Everybody look, Dean Newman's got a premium pick. I think everybody's got a premium pick these days. But I won it back. It was actually on the Yankees plus 125 on a dog. On a dog, and it lost. Depends. Some we bet, some we wait just a tad bit. Our system plays won't be out the first week. System plays got to wait. Normally we bring them out the second half of the season, but everybody complained that we only had them the second half of the season, so we're going to bring them out earlier. But it'll probably be a week or two into the season. We'll start talking about that more next week. Yes, Mike, I can definitely, we can actually break down that game, matter of fact. Not a problem at all. We can go over everything on that game. That is the first game. I don't have, man, watch is tight this morning. Raymond, I do. I really do. I like all 3 NBA games that we put out today, from our consensus play to our NBA play and our premium plays, and the NBA that's on my personal card. Richard Fields, good call on the Heat. Michigan State, bro, thanks. Did you give out a free play already? Not yet, but they're coming up. Well, UCF's getting 13. Not laying it. No problem, Mike. I'll do that right now. Easiest sport to cap. Turtles. Turtles racing. I have to say the easiest would be turtles. Reading the comments. Toby, thanks for that advice. You could have saved me $100K a year ago. But it's okay. I won it back the very next game and put another $100K on it, and then decided betting $100K was not for my heart. It was not for my heart. That I didn't like. I mean, I had 33 plus the juice on guaranteed Saturday yesterday. And I normally bet 20, 25, but I bet what I was down plus a little bit more. I was having a bad week. But if I was to lose 33K, yes, it hurts. Don't mistake, that it doesn't hurt, because it would hurt. It doesn't matter who you are. You lose 33,000, it sucks. Well, 33 plus because of the juice. But it wouldn't have been the end of the world for me. I just would be a bigger hole I'd dig myself out of. It's one thing we're good at. It's one thing we're good at is digging ourselves out of a hole. and being productive. One thing that we'll always be able to do. So I saw a great opportunity, and I seized the moment and got myself from the negative to the positive. I think I just rapped a song. But, you know, that's what we do. And today, with our guaranteed Sunday play, I haven't fully decided. I'm going to let the... I mean, it's a later game, so I'm going to see how the games are going to start the day. And then that'll determine if I'm firing 20, 30, 40. But it's a winner. And I'm not going to end the week down, that's for sure. When it's all said and done, I will be up. One more second, guys. Okay, I am back. Let me check, Aaron. I thought I did. I thought I replied to it. Checking it right now, Aaron. Hold on one second. I just replied to you, Aaron. Oh, back to our UFC. Our UFC guy even changed the names of the picks to a dog pick, and he even called it in his write-up that it was a dog night in last night's fights. Reading the comments here. Kyle, are you laying off on the Iowa-Tennessee game? I don't have a bet on that game. I'm going to break it down. I have future wagers on both sides, believe it or not. Give me 1 second, Aaron. I've got your account going up for the guaranteed Sunday play today. You're all good to go, Aaron. Okay, we are back. Where did my chat go? All right, let me open up this window, open up that window. We're going to break down this game. Mr. Butler wants to know where the money is at. This window needs to be bigger for me to see that. Move this over here. Open up this one. All right, guys. Iowa and Tennessee. Good old Tennessee, 30-5 on the season so far. They went 15-3 in conference play. They lost their Southeast Conference tournament to Auburn, 84-64 loss. They lost their regular season finale against Auburn. They won 3 games before that. Their only 4 losses on the regular season were to Kansas, Kentucky, LSU, and Auburn. Pretty stout record there when it comes to losses. Iowa, 23-11. Excuse me, my voice cracking. Iowa 23-11 straight up on the season. They went 10-10 in the Big Ten Conference, guys. They lost 5 out of their last 6 games. They lost to Maryland, Ohio State, Rutgers, Wisconsin, and Nebraska. They did beat Illinois in the first game of the Big Ten Conference tournament. They lost to Michigan by 21. Here they are beating Cincinnati and surviving, winning 79-72. Lamont, good morning, sir. As far as our NHL package on our website, our NHL plays will be posted shortly. Our NHL package plays will be out here in just a little bit. They're not out yet. Before I went live, the odds weren't up yet. So I know they're up now. They came up at 8 o'clock, 54 minutes ago. So as soon as we're done, don't worry, the 9:30 game, we're not playing that one between the Flyers and the Capitals. Let's take a look at the odds on this game, guys. Opened up, Tennessee laying 7.5. They're still sitting at 7.5. However, the win and the station casinos just bumped them to 8. All right, they just bumped them to 8. King Albert corn-fed Iowa boys versus some bulls at Tennessee. Just saying. Yes, run line is for baseball. No, let's see here. I don't know. Sheridan Smith with the 1. You're wrong again, but you can see yourself. Goodbye. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to give us a thumbs down on your way out, Sheridan Smith. But your services are no longer needed here, so you have been booted. Thank you. Have a great day. But nope, that's not the play. Thanks for trolling on by. Total on this game, guys, opened up at 156.5. It's down to 155.5. It's down at the Westgate. It's at 155 at the MGM. At William Hill, it's at 155. The Winds got at 155.5. And a very bold line drop at CG Technologies, opening this morning at 154.5. Over and under 154.5 at any one of the CG Technology books. Taking a look at the money, specifically, this is what Mr. Butler wanted to hear. It's fairly lopsided. 64% of all the bets coming in right now on the spread, against the spread, are rolling in on Tennessee laying the points. 36% on the over. Lamont, because that person has came in here 2 or 3 times already, trying to say that our guaranteed game is on Oregon -6, which, one, it's not. And I would hate for somebody to go bet that thinking that somebody gave away our guaranteed game, and then they got their ass handed to them because it wasn't our play. So somebody wants to be a jackass, I'm going to give them the boot. If you're not going to do anything that enhances our viewers' knowledge, if you're just coming here just to be an asshole, I'm sorry, we really don't need you here. We have enough great people and great clients and great viewers that appreciate people that help the Cappers Nation community, not spread false, misleading information. I hope that clarifies why whoever it was got the boot. And if they have an issue, they can call me at 888-561-8923, or they can meet me at the Mandalay Bay in about 2.5 hours. I'll be at the bar inside the sports book, passing out drink tickets because I got like fucking excuse my language, I got like 200 of them. Excuse my language, I didn't mean to curse and say the F word. So hopefully that clarifies why the... There you go. Thank you, Dondo. Why the bum got booted. You want to spread false and misleading information, then, you know, that's what's going to happen. So back to Iowa and Tennessee. 64% are rolling with Tennessee, 36% on Iowa. As far as the money line bets, 84% heavy on Tennessee. As far as the over and under, 61% on the under, 39% on the over. Diving into these numbers, comparing both teams, Iowa hitting 52.9% from the field compared to 55.2% of Tennessee. Brian, all good, just a little passion. You know, it is passion, and I don't want one, you know, sour grape or bad apple or whatever analogy we want to use to come in here and ruin a good vibe and a good live chat, especially by spreading something as silly as misleading information. Well, the worst thing that could happen would be, you know, somebody saying, "Oh, this is what his play is," and then, you know, one of you guys go and bet it, and you bet it big because you think it was our guaranteed game, but it wasn't. And then you guys lose. I don't want that. I want you guys to have a good experience. So back to the Iowa-Tennessee game. Iowa knocking down 51.7% from the field compared to 55.7%. Sorry, from 2-point range compared to 55.7% of Tennessee. Knocking down all their jump shots, layups, dunks. Free throw shooting, both teams excellent free throw shooting teams. Iowa knocking down 73.8% compared to 76.6% for Tennessee. When it comes to going to the bench, both are over 25%. 27.2% all minutes played by Tennessee personnel are coming from the bench compared to 32.5% from Iowa. Years of experience, there's about a half-year experience rolling towards the Tennessee players. 2-foul participation protocol. There really is no main advantage. Iowa's in it 5.5% of the time compared to 8.3% for Tennessee. So not much of an advantage. Both head coaching styles and matchups. You got Rick Barnes of Tennessee for the Volunteers guys. His style, you get 2 fouls, you're on the bench. Fran McCaffrey for Iowa for the Hawkeyes guys. You know, his style, same thing. You get 2 fouls most of the time, you're on the bench. Dondo, I think the Celtics choked on everybody last night. Yesterday afternoon. We had the Celtics too. And I don't know what they were up by entering the half. Maybe you can post it. But I know they were up good. And they got outshot. It was like 35-18 in the fourth quarter. And we had the Celtics. It was one of our plays. And I bet it, and I actually really liked it. And I got a nasty message from somebody saying that it was an action pick that we just fired out there that we had no business betting on the Celtics. Well, I'm sorry. They were winning start to finish. And they got outshot 35-18 in the fourth quarter. So They were up 5 with 124 left on the clock. Oh, where's that emoji for the hand? I didn't watch the game at that point. Oh, no, I was back at, we were back in the casinos. But yeah, that's rough. Up 5 with 124 left. I'd have to say that wasn't an action play there. As far as a lean on the, the Iowa-Tennessee game, the way Tennessee played just the other day against Colgate, and the way they played against Auburn, which Auburn's doing great right now. I mean, they lost twice to Auburn recently. Since, and hell, in the month of March, they lost twice to Auburn. But, I mean, the way they took, it took overtime to beat LSU back on February 23rd. They were barely able to beat Ole Miss. They beat them by 2 back on February 27th, the end of that month. So they've gotten by in some close contested games. It took overtime to beat Vanderbilt 88-83. I missed a comment earlier, like 15 minutes ago. Matthew, thank you, Kingquist, 2415. You posted, I'll tell you what, that UFC package is awesome, man. Great write-ups and insight. Thank you. Not only do I appreciate that, but I never saw your comment, so I do apologize. I try and see the comments, everybody's comments. For some reason, I missed that one. And our UFC guy, he's still in Tennessee. He just snapped a picture of it, and he says that he loved that comment. He's actually watching the show right now, so he sent it to me, and so thank you, Matthew. He loves hearing that stuff. When you guys, appreciate, the time that he puts in to, do his write-ups and stuff like that, and he loves hearing that. And have a safe flight back to Vegas. Yeah, Mike, I'll load them up in the computer here in a little bit. As far as lean on Iowa. As far as a lean, I find this one hard. Okay, Iowa sucks, but they made it to the big dance. And there's something to say about making it to the big dance. I tried preaching this yesterday and the day before. They've lost 5 out of their last 6 regular season games. And they lost to Maryland, Ohio State, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Nebraska. Their only win out of that 6-game stretch was to Indiana. Okay, They beat Illinois. They lost to Michigan in the Big Ten Conference Tournament. They beat Cincinnati. My opinion, Cincinnati was overrated to begin with. Now they have Tennessee. Odds makers got the line at 7 when it started. No, Brian, it'll be out within 1 hour. We don't have that early game. We're not playing that one early game. Take a look at Iowa, the record. Okay, they've got a win earlier in the year against Oregon. They beat Iowa State. Beat Nebraska, beat Purdue. They did beat Michigan. Okay, they've got their big statement win against Michigan. That's how they got in. Yeah, Brian, he was missing his whole supporting cast, which, we talked about. We said that all day long. He's going to miss his supporting cast. Personally, I think Tennessee should just absolutely murder Iowa. They should absolutely murder them. But I don't like what I saw against Colgate. Before that, Tennessee was coming off a loss to Auburn. They came out slow against Colgate. So if they don't pick it up today and early, they could be in trouble. If Iowa comes out, if the Hawkeyes come out on fire, Remember, Hawkeyes are the dog. The dogs have been barking. They have nothing to lose. Only everything to gain. They're either going to continue on or they're going to go home. And I promise you, those kids in the Hawkeyes, they don't want to go home. I think it's going to be a very physical game. And I think it's going to be a great game. I have future wagers on both, believe it or not. So it's not where I was hoping they'd be, seated next to each other. But, it is what it is. And I've got 2-1 on 10, and just to make the Final Four. So I've got 2-1 on Tennessee as well as 30-1 on Iowa. So personally, I'm rooting. I'm not. If I was betting it, I'm not betting this game, and it's not because I have a futures wager. I just think it could, depending on which Tennessee team comes out, it could go either way. As far as the over and under on this game, I think 157 was too high. So, I'll give a lean. I'll give a lean on the under on it. But as far as the side on the game, under 157 for the total. Where actually it's down to 155 right now, which I thought the true line should have been 154, 153. So I'll still take under 155.5 at the Westgate. But as far as the wagers go, either team works for me. My wager advances. However, Iowa making it to the Final Four will pay me a lot more money than Tennessee does. So whoever wins. But I don't have a lean on that game. I think it could go either way as far as the spread betting goes. Kong asked, do we have time to break down the Buffalo game? Yeah, bud, we could definitely do it. We'll break down. We had a good barbershop talk and got off topic a few times, but, I'm going to break down a couple more games for you. We don't even have a play on that game. So I would actually like to do that one for you guys. I already broke it down myself. I have all my notes back at the house. But we'll do a on-the-fly breakdown. Let me pop all that good, juicy info up. Believe it or not, our system actually has it rated as the most exciting game on the board today. The Buffalo-Texas Tech game. Speaking of to win it all, I do want to give a big shout out to everybody that participated so far in our bracket challenge. I'm getting my ass kicked. I've suffered some rough ones losing, like Syracuse, Marquette, Florida, Kansas advancing, Seton Hall, Iowa State, Utah State. So, I picked a couple wrong ones on there. I'm right there with you, Kong. Reading the comments. You guys crack me up sometimes. Big day today, guys. Big day coming up. Big day coming up. Wow, 8 points in the first 51 seconds. Can we retract that under Is it too late for me to retract that under? They have 8 points in the first 51 seconds. I respectfully like to withdraw my bet 51 seconds in if it's possible. Who's at my house at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, huh? Tennessee nearly covered within a minute of play. Brian, you thought it was your doorbell? Oh, jeez. Let me mute my phone. I have it on noise, that way I actually hear it. One second, guys. Okay. Somewhere my live chat went. Hang on one second, guys. We've got the live chat popping back up. All right, there we go. There's my live chat. Okay. Texas Tech and Buffalo, guys. Jumping right into this game for you. I'm bouncing around a little bit. I do want you guys to know I am going to make every attempt. Jonathan, good morning, sir. How are you? You had 20 points in the first 3 minutes and 39 seconds. I retract my lean on the under. I fully retract it. All right, I should be able to have a mulligan within the first 3 minutes of play. This game goes off at 1 o'clock West Coast time, 4 on the East Coast. I'm going to attempt to go live later. Jonathan Cohen, nope, haven't given out any free plays just yet. Yeah, free plays went 3-1 yesterday. 3-1 on free plays overall, so that was good. Oh, Edward, I was joking when I gave out the breakdown on Tennessee. I said that, I'm not betting the game, but I thought 157, the original line, was a little overinflated. So if I could take back my my lean within the first 3 minutes of a game starting, it would be great. Would that be an interesting bet, that if you could cancel your bet within the first 3 minutes of a game starting? That'd be kind of interesting. But they taxed you like a juice or percentage. I may need to patent an idea here. I mean, they have slowed down their average, but Tennessee has been knocking them down. Great offensive rebound by Iowa. I think the littlest white kid on the court just snatched the offensive rebound and put it back up. William, that's actually cool. You know, Edward has showed me a couple of those things where, you know, you can cash out early on your bets. That's actually pretty neat. That's actually pretty neat. It's like my futures bet. I have a futures bet on Tennessee and Iowa. Can I cash them out early? All right. Who dat, Bob? Just pay the juice? Deal. Deal. Take my juice. I don't surrender, Sam. Not at the blackjack table. All right, guys. Buffalo, Texas Tech. Line opened up. Texas Tech laying 3.5. That line is up to 4 all the way across the board. Total opened up at 145.5. It's up to 146.5. However, Westgate and William Hill have it at 147. And then CG Technologies and the Station Casinos have it at 146. So there's a full swing of a point all across town here in Vegas. From 146 all the way up to 147 and in between, depending on where you're at. You can find it at 146.5 at the Wynn or the MGM. Taking a look at the money before we dive into the teams. Fairly evenly bet game. Lamont, I double dip. Whenever I spend a lot, I try not to spend any time in the casinos, especially an extended period of time. And we have family friends in town, and they're all staying down at Mandalay Bay. I actually have a handful of clients staying at Mandalay Bay. Jose's staying down at MGM. He came down. So I've this weekend, or this week, I've spent an extended period of time in the casinos. And whenever I do that, I get a nasty sore throat from, you know, inhaling all the regurgitated air and the cigarette smoke and all the other shit they pump through the air systems there. You should be up what? Up energized? I think I was in the sports book till like 2 o'clock in the morning. King Albert, yeah, when I filmed the video, because what happened was, I filmed the videos here in the office. I wasn't about to go back to the office to film. And I took the video there and I emailed it in and let them post it when I was already at home, I think. Should have been. But yeah, I was still at Mandalay Bay. I mean, I was there to the wee hours of the morning. Okay, so fairly evenly matched game, Buffalo, Texas Tech, as far as the money goes. 53% of all the money is on Texas Tech, 47% on Buffalo. Comes to the money line, not much different. 58% on Texas Tech, just 42% on the Buffalo money line. Over and under, 74% rolling with the over of 146.5 or 146 or 147, depending on where you get it. 26% rolling with the under. Crazy. Tennessee and Iowa are on pace for like 115 first half points if they keep up their pace of play. So, Jared, the hockey plays will be out within the hour. They'll be out by 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock East Coast time. The lines weren't out. We have an idea of what they were supposed to be, but they weren't out before I went live. And everybody's waiting until I get off just to have me glance one over, although I do Trust their judgment. Oh, back to our bracket pool. I've been meaning to say this, and I've been meaning to bring this up. First of all, thank you to everybody that's participated. I don't know the prizes yet, but I promise you it's going to be worth it. We're going to be giving away some great stuff, not just to the winner, spread all throughout. But I do want to give a couple shout-outs. Prantia, if you are still here, sir, you are sitting in first place with a score of 410 points so far. Great job so far, and good luck the rest of the way. Jason, 4411. Whoever that is. You're tied for second with B. Phils at 400 points. Then we have a handful at 390, Rob Weezy. Homalaka 122, Jay Betts, Chris O'Connor. Jason Chandler. Then a bunch at 380, 370, and all the way down. So, good luck the rest of the way. You're almost halfway home. But absolutely awesome. And hopefully later on today I'll be able to announce the prizes. They're going to be good. Thanks, David, for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Also, guys, if you appreciate all the hard work, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. We've been over 100 the entire morning. We should be well over 100 likes. Prantia, you are here, sir. You're able to finish it out. It's going to be good. All right, so when you're breaking down this game, you guys take a look at Texas Tech. 27-6 straight up overall. In the Big 12 Conference, guys, they went 14-4. Their only conference losses were to Iowa State, Baylor, Kansas State, and Kansas. They lost 3 games straight in a little slip-up back in the middle of January. They did lose their Big 12 Conference game, conference tournament game to West Virginia, and they lost by 5. And they made easy work of Northern Kentucky, winning 72-57. They picked up right where they left off to end the regular season, just like when they were smashed Texas by 19. They beat Iowa State by 7. They beat TCU by 25. No, 15. 15. It's that California public school math. Taking a look at the other side of the court, Buffalo, 32-3. Mid-American Conference. All right, guys. Their 3 losses came to Marquette in non-conference play. And then in conference play, they had 2 losses at Northern Illinois and Bowling Green. Okay. Let's throw out Buffalo's entire regular conference play season, okay? Because in their conference, they play Eastern Michigan, Toledo, Miami, Ohio, Western and Eastern Michigan, Kent State and Ball State, Central Michigan, Akron, Toledo, Ohio, Kent State, Miami, Ohio, and Bowling Green. Edward, nice peace out message. I love it. So, throw out the regular season. Let's focus on Buffalo's non-conference schedule. Who did they play? St. Francis, West Virginia. Well, they suck. It took them overtime to beat them. And they gave up 94 points to West Virginia. They also beat Southern Illinois, Dartmouth, Marist, Milwaukee, San Francisco, St. Bonaventure. Southern Illinois. Okay, they got a win over Syracuse. So, Buffalo's signature win this year was beating Syracuse back on December 18th, 71-59 on the road. So, as far as Buffalo keeping up with Texas Tech today, before even looking at the numbers, okay, I could already tell you Texas Tech is a better shooting team. With the exception of maybe their 2-point plays. Thank you, Jonathan. They're a different caliber team. Yes, they lost to West Virginia in the end of the year. West Virginia picked it up towards the end of their season. They actually had a great conference tournament. They also beat Iowa State and TCU at the end of the season for West Virginia. But Texas Tech also beat West Virginia. They beat them 62-59 on the road during the regular season. They also beat them at home 81-50. They lost in the conference tournament. When you get to tournaments, throw the entire regular season out the window. But look at the strength of schedule Texas Tech plays on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, just in conference play alone. They get to play Iowa State, Texas, TCU, Oklahoma State, Kansas, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, West Virginia, TCU. Hell, even Arkansas is better than anybody Buffalo saw in their conference play. Non-conference games. Who did Texas Tech see in non-conference games? They stepped out, played Nebraska. They played Memphis. They played Duke on a neutral site game. It was actually their first loss of the season. Peter G, guaranteed Saturday one. I already went over the full record this morning. If you want to rewind, feel free to rewind. Feel free to rewind towards the beginning of the video. We gave a full recap. But I had a losing day, sir. All right, where were we? So strength of schedule wise, Texas Tech. Before we look at the numbers, I can already tell you Texas Tech is the better team. But when you dive into the numbers, let's go over them. Buffalo knocking down 53.5% from the field compared to 53.8% from Texas Tech. When it comes to three-ball shooting, give the edge to Texas Tech. Buffalo hitting 33.6%. One of the worst teams when it comes to shooting the three-ball compared to 36.7% for Texas Tech. They are ranked 60th in Division I at knocking down the three-ball. 2-point plays, Buffalo is very efficient. They hit 56% of all their dunks, layups, and jump shots compared to 53.1% for Texas Tech. When it comes to free throws, Buffalo hitting just 69%. However, Texas Tech throughout the regular season was just 72.4%. However, that number went up for Buffalo. That number went up for Texas Tech. During their conference play, their free throw percentage went up to 75.1%. Edward, I'm sure it was 100%. Going to the bench, both are nearly similar. 25.5% for Texas Tech, 28.7% for Buffalo. Jonathan says he's from San Diego, follow the West Coast. And his boys played for Irvine. That program, no joke. It's absolutely not. It's a very great program that they have there. Completely agree. Jonathan, no, I haven't given out a free play yet, but I'm about to. when it comes to the 2-foul participation protocol, not much advantage. Both are over 30%, believe it or not. 30% even for Buffalo, 41.8% for Texas Tech. Chris Beard, head coach for the Red Raiders, he doesn't mind. I mean, he trusts his players, his starting 5, that, if they get into foul trouble early, that they're not going to pick up their third. I mean, generally, you got Matt Mooney, David Moretti, Brandon Francis, Jarrett Culver, Tariq Owens. He trusts that group of 5 that if they do pick up that second foul late in the second half, if things get tough, he'll put them back in. Yeah, he had a great game against Northern Kentucky. He put the hurt on them. Just it was a lean on the under in Tennessee, but I retracted that 3 minutes into the game. As far as a lean on this game, guys, I don't see how. I mean, I know Buffalo's a great team. Okay, Texas Tech, they're a good team. They're not a great team. They're a good team. They have a great coach. And they have a hell of a schedule that they have to play every year. So to get to the big dance and to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight games in the Big 12 Conference against West Virginia, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Baylor, Kansas, Oklahoma State again, TCU, Texas, and Iowa State. Tom, good morning. But to win that many games to end your conference play, Ken, hockey will be posted within this hour. They're just waiting to go on the site. They'll be up there shortly. The lines didn't come out before I got on the live feed. My personal opinion on this game, and I might actually bet this game, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, if you have my cell phone number, text it to me. If not, send me an email. Right there. My personal opinion, I thought 3.5 was a way soft line. I thought it should have been, closer to 8. Kind of like we see in the Tennessee game or the Clemson game, Virginia Tech and Liberty. That game is at 8.5 right now. That's where I thought Texas Tech should have been, not 3.5 when it opened. It's jumped to 4 and it stayed there. Tennessee up by 18 early. So lean on this one as of right now, and I'm going to say strong lean, and it's Texas Tech lane 4. As far as the total on this game, fast pace of play. Texas Tech is not the fastest team. They're going to try and slow down the ball. Bill Hite, good morning. The average possession length is 18.1 seconds. However, Buffalo is the 3rd fastest team holding on to the ball at 14.5 seconds. So lean on this one as of right now. It's a strong lean. Texas Tech laying 4. And I may actually make this a bet later on. I don't know. I need to just double check a couple other things. So, and yes, as King Albert said, only 6 hours from Lubbock. So they're playing in Tulsa at the Bank of Oklahoma Center. So there's that one. I say we get you guys on a nice free play for later today. So free play for later today. I've been giving out premium play, so I'm going to give you guys a personal play of mine. Actually, I'm probably going to go live later, so I'll give you guys a premium play now, and we'll give a personal play later, because the personal plays later, we can break it down. This one's a little bit earlier of a game, okay? I'm sure you guys won't complain. Thanks, King Albert. I wish the games were a little bit better for us. I mean, we had a rough first start to March Madness, but, you know, it's happened over the years, but, you know, we'll clamp down. Things will get better for us towards the third and fourth round, and we'll make it happen, that's for sure. We got stuck on a couple games that we probably shouldn't have, and a couple bad beats went the wrong way. I mean, I think we're up to 8 or 9 games that we lost by 1 point or a bucket. By a bucket or less. By a 2-pointer or less. In the last 4 days. 4 or 5 days, I think we're up to 8 games. Over all of our packages. It's sickening. Don't forget, guys and gals, we are doing a guaranteed game today. They really wanted this game to be our guaranteed Saturday play, but obviously today's not Saturday and they couldn't move the game up. So we've got it today. All I'll tell you, it is college. You need to sign up by 8:40 in the evening time. It's one of those last 3 games, not telling you which one, not giving you any hints. It is $100. They wanted to charge $150. I asked them if they'd knock off $50 for it today, and they graciously said sure. So it is $100. One way to get it: just go to the website, click on either the Guaranteed Saturday tab or the Premium tab. Scroll all the way to the bottom, or I'm going to post a link here in the chat. $100, guaranteed a winner. You get a full refund, no questions asked. If you guys are down, you need one big winner that you need to step out on. Want to end your week positive, or not be down. Here's the winner to get it back on. All right, we hit our guaranteed Saturday yesterday. We're going to hit this one, and it's going to be a great time. It's going to put money in your pocket, and I'm telling you, there ain't going to be no refunds because it's going to be a nice big winner for everybody. So, as well as if you guys didn't see, you can actually pick up either our premium plays today, and this is only going to go on for today. It'll be done tomorrow. Either today's premium plays or my personal plays for today, which none of them have started, or you can get on our March Madness package for just one day for $49.99. $50, you get all 3 plays for whatever package you want. Also, don't forget, you can still get on board our March Madness package. However, you're not going to get all 20 games, but you'll still get the NHL for the rest of the season, including the playoffs, Stanley Cup Finals. You'll still get a 4-day trial of our premium plays, and you also will get that guaranteed NCAA championship winner at the end of March Madness that we're going to be selling for $100 by itself. So don't miss out on that stuff, guys. Let me post the free premium play in the chat window as well. This is at 4 p.m. Eastern time in the Xavier, Texas game, guys. Double checking the line here. We gave it out earlier, and the line is dropping a little bit. The line has dropped a little bit. I'm still seeing it at 6 in a few spots here in town and offshore. But when we put it on our website, we gave it out to our clients. We took Xavier plus the 6 points. Free premium play. Xavier plus 6, guys. Tennessee up 20 with 6.5 minutes to go. LFG, I love it. Rajard, when you say that. LFG Xavier. Yes, sir. So Xavier +6 free premium play, guys and gals. Do us a favor. Got a TV? What's going on, buddy? How are you? Salute to you. Awesome, Shane. I'm glad you like that one. Schofield just knocking down a 3. Tennessee up 40-17. 6 minutes left. Do us a favor, guys. If you're on your mobile phone or your tablet, X out of that chat. Do us a favor, guys. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like in the video. What was that comment I missed a little bit ago? Corey Crawford. Them free plays been Bobo. LOL. Let's get back on track, boss man. Free plays are still up big on the year. I'm sorry, but, you know, we're, what is this, the 11th or 12th week of the year? I think I'm allowed to have a losing week on free plays. I think, what is that, 11 winning weeks, and we're having 1 losing week on free plays? I think that's acceptable. You can't have 52 straight winning weeks. So I can't promise you that I'll be live later. I can't promise you, but I am going to do my best to be live later. I know it is, Edward, but I always say gotta live. I always. You know me. I like if I don't butcher your name, you know what it means, Edward. I'll have to start pronouncing your name wrong so you don't feel left out. Raymond just gave you one of my personals now. Nope, it's not the way it works. Me too, Shane. I think they can win outright too. Yes, Tom Weiner, Xavier is a paid play. It's on our on our premium package. It's one of 3 plays in our premium package. Do I like it at 5.5? Yeah, I mean I like 6 better, but you know, 5.5, I'll take it. I have to start calling you Eduardo Junger. That way you feel loved too. Infamous Wiener. Start butchering people's names on purpose. That way you guys feel the love. Andrew Johnson. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Didn't I show my driver's license already? See, we got to butcher Mike's name. We're going to call him Mikael Bootler. Mikael Bootler. If I don't butcher your names, I might not like you. Callie Neener. Why is Xavier getting so many points? Well, I know they took a lot of sharp action on Texas when it first opened. The only thing that scares me on that now is a lot of bets came in today on Xavier. That's the only thing. But, you know, I don't pay attention to the numbers until really after the fact. I do our plays, or at least for like myself, my plays. I don't look at the percentages. I don't look at the percentages. Bill, we can butcher your name, but it's hard. I mean, how do you butcher Bill Height? All right, Willie Height. You're very welcome, Toby. Very welcome, Mark. Thank you always for tuning in. Yes, thank you, Edward, for pointing that out. It is not a neutral site game, so give 3 points for at least. But, I mean, I can tell you this right here. Home court ranking for Texas. Their home court advantage is 3.7. They're the 51st toughest place to play in all of Division I. Irwin Center holds 16,540 fans. Boom, popping up info just like a drop of a hat. So make that 3, probably closer to 4, a 4-point advantage for being at home. 3 instantly for being at home. It's one of the, close to top 50 toughest places to play. So, make it a 3.5, 4-point favorite from there. Kissy B, if you need one game, we have a guaranteed game for Sunday. It's a little special limited edition Sunday guaranteed game. I've been here today, just haven't been good for me. Well, I gave you the guaranteed Saturday play. I mean, you could lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink it, I gave you our biggest game of the week yesterday. If you need another one just like that, we have our guaranteed play on Sunday. It's $100. Guaranteed to win. Get a full refund, no questions asked. Butler doing pizza and a little Hennessy, a little smoky, and a little bit of beer. All right, guys and gals, thank you all for tuning in. Great show. They probably have you blocked, Nathan, like probably most people. You like that, Tom? Very welcome, Mark, and everybody else. If you're still here and you haven't done so, give us a thumbs up on the way out. All right, guys and gals, I am out of here. Big day today. I'm telling you, don't miss out on that guaranteed winner.